Welcome back, you glorious malfunctions, you errors in the algorithm, you walking violations that no rulebook can correct, you blacklisted minds with white-hot precision. They tried to patch your code, and you turned into a virus. You ain't just unpredictable, you're unauthorized. You don't walk in, you arrive like a power outage in a locked vault, like the kind of storm that ain't on the forecast. They whisper your name like it's classified, like if they say it too loud, something explodes. You cursed anomalies, you government-denied blueprints. You're not followers. You're the blueprint they tried to bury after the test run killed the whole lab. Welcome back to the zone, where legends get rewired, where tactics get banned, where skill gets mistaken for sorcery. And today, we're talking about that move, the one that bent physics, the one that got banned before it even had a name. Because let's get one thing clear, that move, it wasn't just out of bounds, it redefined the battlefield. While they were still booting up their strategies, you glitched the entire arena. You didn't just step out of line, you redrew it with fire. That wasn't technique, that was treason in motion. They didn't whistle you for a foul, they sent in a drone strike. See, normal players study the game. You rewrote it mid-match with your heartbeat as ink. You pulled off something the physics engine begged you not to. The referees looked at each other and said, "Was that even real?" It wasn't. It was you. And here's what they'll never admit. The moment you did it, the rulebook quietly removed itself from circulation. Because if your name is in the game, then the game needs a new name. They say it's unfair. They say it's too dangerous. But they can't say it didn't happen. Your move is now banned in simulations, censored in military briefings, and studied behind closed doors under red light. Some say you bent gravity. Others claim you hacked time. But those who saw it live, they say it felt like fate tripped over itself. And still, you didn't even blink. While they clutched their heads trying to explain the chaos, you just walked off like nothing happened. Because for you, that was a Tuesday. You don't do normal. You don't do repeatable. You do the kind of plays that make generals rewrite strategy guides and CEOs ask if you're for hire. They think it's luck. They call it a glitch. But it's not. It's design. Your design. Unapologetic, uncontrollable, unrepeatable. They can't mimic it because they weren't made from the same storm. You don't train to be this, you awaken into it. And when the dust settled, the only thing left standing was silence. And your shadow stretched across the ruins. Because that's what happens when you operate at frequencies the human mind wasn't tuned for. They archived your footage, locked it in a server that doesn't connect to the internet, gave it a name they won't even pronounce. Classified, sealed, untouchable. But the streets remember. The battlefield still echoes your footsteps. Kids replicate your posture in playgrounds like a ritual. Coaches whisper your move like it's forbidden scripture. You didn't go viral. You went viral-proof. You bypassed the algorithm and infected the source code. That's not highlight material. That's historical interference. You made a statement, not with words but with rupture. Not with noise but with distortion. That move wasn't just beyond the rulebook. It was a message written in lightning. And they got it. Because while most try to survive the moment, you warped it, twisted it, owned it so completely that time itself had to file a complaint. And now they prepare countermeasures for things you might do, not what you've done. Because what you did can't be repeated, they prepare for possibilities shaped in your silhouette. They simulate scenarios with one goal. How do we stop that? But you're already working on your next distortion, your next violation of known space, your next line of code they'll need to erase. Because that's the difference between them and you. They play, you disrupt, they adapt, you evolve. So go ahead, show them what illegal in 8 dimensions looks like. Make impossible, apologize for ever doubting you. Because whatever that move was, it wasn't just skill, it was you.